everybody's kid. Oh,
I love it.
yeah.
Well,
Who's
hey
that
there.
guy? Who's that guy?
Some weirdo from Florida. I have a meeting online today
He's
with
doing
Mr. Ryan.
he's
and a
doing a
couple of
cooking show.
He's doing a cooking show. Wow, cooking show.
Ryan's like, oh, there we go again.
Wow, Chef Boyar Adam. That's awesome.
I was just telling her a minute ago. You've usually got to tell me at least once or twice to quit moving around during our meetings. So
Hey, quit moving around during the meeting.
There's always something to do.
oh yeah.
Oh wait.
I'm gonna go upstairs because I'm gonna be on the meeting for about an hour, and then I'll be back down and we can play. Okay. Sound good?
He's not talking to me. He's not talking.
Finish cooking. Finish it. Well, you know.
Oh no, cooking's all done. I'm just getting myself situated for at least being ready by the time it says I'm supposed to be ready.
Perfect. Yes.
I'm gonna run upstairs.
All right.
If you need anything, go up and get River. Okay. I'm gonna shut the door in my room. I just need like an hour. Okay.
Hey, I was playing my daughter's album here.
Nice. Come on, let's go. Do it. Play it on here.
I know the first one. Let's start with it. Oh, there. It's like it's very summery, Caribbean-y. Can you hear it?
A little bit. It's too bad you can't put it through the system and then have it playing like when people get on. That'd be.
Can you hear it?
A little bit. A little bit.
I feel like cameras nowadays do not like the background noises at all. Like it's almost like they're made to filter them out.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to hook this up, but I can
hear like a drum beat every now and then,
Yeah,
but I don't hear any voices or any tunes.
All right, well, I'll just kind of do my own.
So Adam, you got the email, obviously, huh?
Yeah, actually, I had a mini panic attack Monday because I got the email and it was 12:30, and I was like, "Oh no, I missed half of it already." And then I'm like,
Wrong
"Why is
day.
then it's like, "Wait a minute, it says Wednesday."
Yes. Yeah. Who is behind you, by the way, Roberta? Who is behind you on?
I wish if I
Is
know
that Elvis Costello. It looks like Elvis Costello. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. I used to live 10 minutes from his house.
Oh, did you really?
I lived in Memphis. I was in
Yeah,
Memphis.
that's right.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he lived in a place called White Haven, and all you have to do is think about what the words mean. And in the 60s, it was a neighborhood that was built there called White Haven. So which meant what? There was nobody of a different color in that.
In Memphis.
Yeah, well, Memphis is rough. Memphis is very segregated. So now White Haven is not White Haven, and that's all you know. But his house is still there, and it's one of the it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
We actually had one of the local towns back where I grew up actually made it on a bunch of the nightly talk shows a couple years ago. The town of Whitestown, because it was founded by a guy. Whitestown. It was founded by a guy named John White, and he got famous. He was friends with all of the Native Americans because instead of just shooting his way through everything, he'd treat them with respect, and he'd have like him versus their strongest man wrestling matches to settle differences instead of just exterminating them. And so the village logo is a white dude wrestling with an Indian, but the village logo makes it look like the white dude's sitting on top of him, strangling him. It got put on. Somebody had seen it randomly, and look it up sometime. Whitestown, New York. Look up the town logo. There's a whole story about it. Like, I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like a White Haven thing where it was the guy's name, and that's what the name got established under. And then it just kind of kicked off when the whole super woke thing started kicking off like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh my God.
It was a wild story to watch because, like, I mean, you look at the logo and it's like, ooh.
So I am trying to see if anybody else is trying to get in yet, and they are not. So,
do you have to let people in?
I am not sure. But I'm just watching to see.
I don't think. Did you have to let us in?
Nope.
Okay, okay. Then people can just
So
jump
people
on.
just jump
Yeah.
on in, and they can jump on in, and
Yes, we have to give them a few more minutes
you
here.
do have to give them a few more minutes. I'm gonna step away from my office for a minute and take a jog, and I'll be back. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go do something quick.
Yes. Okay.
Go catch a fish for me, Ryan.
No fish.
He don't fish, I know. He kills me. He's right next to like the best fishing river in Central Virginia, and you can't get him to throw a line in the water for nothing.
Oh no. Oh no,
Hey,
no.
to each their own. To each their own. I get it. To some people,
It's
fishing probably feels like golf feels to me, but
right. Yes. Okay. It depends. I think now, um, as I get older, I could probably handle that. I think I'd be okay with fishing.
yeah.
You know, I enjoy the quiet calmness.
Mm-hmm. I always hit the water in the woods for that way more than I did for what I was gonna catch. Like going out into the woods or going out onto the water for the day was my way of just disconnecting from the chaos. And
Yeah, right.
even if I didn't catch anything, I was out there and that wasn't in my face right now.
I totally get that one. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I need to get some kind of phone stand one of these days if I'm gonna start doing like fancy talks and stuff.
what is it? A what?
I need to get like some kind of a phone stand or something. I'm just, yeah.
Oh, a phone. Yeah, somebody made me one. Pretty amazing.
They made you one?
Huh?
Really,
Yeah.
a
Very
phone stand? Really, that's pretty
Now
cool.
I like my little pop socket because it can hold it this way, but it can't hold it up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I got a stand on the back of my phone, but it's broken, so it's like got a spot about that big where it's not gonna tip over.
Oh my gosh.
4 minutes.
Mhm.
I went fishing, by the way. It was great.
Actually, my buddy was right up there around the corner from you the other day. He went up on the south, I think yesterday morning or Sunday morning. Yeah, Sunday morning. Went out, caught a mess of brown trout.
Ah, here we go. We got an individual coming. This is one.
Yeah, he said you need to slow down and start fishing.
It's not gonna happen.
You know, right?
I've got to start making some money to get to the fishing holes first because we've been doing a little bit of fishing, but I gotta get something moving down here real fast. But nobody's hiring. Go figure. Everybody says they're hiring, but people are putting in. I've talked to a couple of people who have put in like 20, 30 applications down here over the last month, all the places that have hiring signs, and they don't even get a call back. So
Wow.
we'll see. There's something
Hi,
out there.
Maria.
Maybe this is going to help me find it. Who knows?
Hi, Maria. Welcome. All right, Maria. Come on, let's go. Love it.
Yes.
Good to have you. Good to have you. We're gonna wait a few more minutes, and then we're gonna see who else pops on, and then we're going to jump into it. If that's okay.
Yes, yes. We'll give him just a few more. It's so funny. My daughter just popped her head in here. She's on I'm on another call. I'm trying to get on there.
That's cool. She's multitasking like her
She
mom.
is.
She's
She is.
multitasking like
She's
her
a
mom.
busy girl. Doing everything. Yes. So Adam's from Florida now.
Now, yes.
Now he's made a few moves. He
A few big moves.
I'll tell you
Big
what,
moves.
it's about 100 degrees here today in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oof.
Really?
Yes.
Ouch.
100 degrees in Cincinnati. Wow.
Anybody else getting the heat like us?
Maria, where are you from? 96 in Jersey. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, yes. It's hot in New Jersey. Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right. Here comes Carlos Manzano.
Hello, Mr. Ryan.
Carlos Manzano, my
How
friend,
you been?
my friend from New York, the New York area. Yes. What
Hudson
part?
Valley, more like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Central Valley, Central Valley. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Hudson
I'm
Valley.
loving the
Yeah,
mustache, man. I'm loving,
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Yeah, try
loving the
new look,
mustache.
Mr. Ryan.
Come on. I'm loving it. Good to see you. Yes, these
Great to
guys are
see you.
following me.
Hello, Miss Campbell.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great by His grace. Thank you.
Good. So glad you're here.
Thank you. Sorry, I was a little late. I was trying to get, the correct signage, and I had a phone call that lasted longer than anticipated, but I'm here, so I'm glad.
We
Well,
are
welcome.
so glad that you're here. I think some other people might be a little tied up too, but that's okay. We can get started in a few anytime.
Yes, yes. Maria's from New Jersey, Carlos. So she's from New Jersey. And what's the temperature in New York there? Same thing, 96?
Oh, it's probably 86 degrees.
Wow, holy cow, what a difference. What's going on there?
Yeah, but what's the
Oh,
dew
Ryan,
point?
it's
What's the
terrible.
humidity?
Yeah.
We got the northeast corner here because Adam's
The question up there is not what's the temperature, it's what's the humidity and what's the dew point, because that's going to make a big
to the
difference.
shore. Near the Jersey Shore. Let's go, Jersey Shore.
Okay.
I'm loving
It's-
that.
It's
Yes.
on now. We're competing. I can't believe our humidity is only 51%.
Nice.
I don't even know what 51% is where I live. Virginia, it's like 98 degrees with a 98% humidity rate.
Right?
So
Yeah, dude.
you want to go on a diet, just go outside. You're good.
Mm-hmm. It's your sauna.
No joke, yeah.
What I was saying yesterday. I said just go outside and sweat it all out.
Yeah, never allowed.
Right. We will wait for a few more minutes.
Yes.
Started here. And we'll probably have some people that'll pop on tomorrow and then pop on today. That'll pop
They
on
probably
tomorrow. Yeah, they'll
they
be like, "Oh my
probably
gosh,
did
I
what I did
forgot!
before.
Oh my gosh, tomorrow, tomorrow, we have tomorrow."
Yep.
That's what we have, yeah.
Yes.
This will be recorded too, so hopefully make sure.
Yeah. Do the recordings go to everyone's email?
No, but we can get them to them if you want to, and we can put it on, even put it on Facebook if you want to, or put it somewhere where they can get a hold of it. But we'll make sure that you guys have access to the recording. So if there's something in the recording that you hear, something that makes you want to jump, shift, move, groove, whatever you want to do, it'll enlighten you. So Maria, I'm a little bit animated. So the other two gentlemen here, they know me a little bit. So just say that's good if you like it in the chat. So, anyway, all good. Like Maria and I are we're getting tight here. I like that. All right. So yeah, so if you want to, oh, let's see here. I got another person. Nope.
What's that?
I was just seeing if we had another person.
Yeah. Good and great.
So whenever you're ready, whenever you want to launch off, we can do that. I'm good. So you just give me the heads up.
What we got here? Ooh, well, yeah, 12:10. We probably should.
Should.
Yeah, hit it. Get us started.
All right.
Yes, I do want to know where everybody's from, though.
Yeah, let's do that.
If you can type that in the chat too.
Oh, yeah, I already typed it in there. She said New Jersey.
He said yes. Okay.
Jersey there. And Carlos, where are you from? Carlos is from New York. Carlos Grove is
Yeah. Should we make sure everybody stays on mute so it doesn't jump over?
Yep. If everybody
Can you mute everybody?
Yep. And
I'd love to see faces if at all possible, but sometimes when the muting and helps with dogs barking and lawnmowers. lawnmowers. Never fails. I start a podcast and they start mowing right outside my window.
Right, right outside your window.
Uh-huh.
Right outside your window. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I think this is a wonderful way to bring us together. We want to welcome you guys to the Triple E Self Challenge, and we're happy that you guys have joined us. My name is Ryan Grubb, and I'm here with Roberta Campbell, and we're encouraging and excited about this. We're going to have a 3-day event here, a short 3-day event to give you guys a little bit of knowledge on 3 different topics: desire, decision, and develop, and what they mean for creating the ideal life, or the way you want to go in your direction. So I thought we would really just get started here and just really dive into what we want to talk about today a little bit. Roberta, do you have anything you want to share before we start?
Just how desire has completely changed my life. You know, I want to share my story with everyone. I don't want to spend too long telling that, but I think it's a good story. Should I go ahead and share?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Jump right into it.
All right, guys. So I just want you to know, most of my life, I felt like I had a pretty good life, you know? It wasn't extravagant. It wasn't horrible. I mean, I had the marriage and the kids and the house, you know, I had all of those things, but I still was empty. I still felt like there was something missing. And I felt like I had a different purpose in life. So that desire for something was burning inside me. And so after 16 years of marriage, I was divorced and I struggled as a single parent. I mean, it has not been easy. I think I've been divorced for about 16 years now. So same time as married. Yeah. Long time. But I finally became an empty nester, got my kids in college. I was like, woohoo, I'm ready for some big changes. Okay. I sold my house. I moved into this apartment and I was ready to start my life again. Fresh start, right? I had the desire for a fresh start and I made things happen. But in 2018, my daughter, who was 22 years old at the time, was in a very bad accident, and she was hit by a car while walking across the street in a crosswalk. And obviously our lives began to change. And in 2020, because here my daughter was struggling to recover and I was trying to help her as much as I could. And by 2020, I had lost everything. I spent all of my money trying to help her recover. Then I lost my job in 2020. Our jobs were furloughed. And I felt alone. I hit rock bottom. I mean, whew, talk about ready for a big change here. I was tired of fighting. And I begged God for help. And I'm going to tell you what, things began to change. And I just listened. You know, I was baptized again. And then everything started coming into my life. I hired a mentor, Bob. I was in Bob Proctor's energy. If you know him from The Secret, I was in his energy for a year. And so in this time, I had this idea, this desire to write a book. And I thought, okay, how am I going to write a book? All right. Like, I never even went to college. How am I going to do this? But that desire was just burning inside me. And I knew I was going to find a way. And so I'm going to tell you, every single person that I needed came into my life. And I wrote that book. But I want to tell you, about 10 years prior, I also wanted to write a book then. I had the desire. I mean, I love to read and write. And I shared someone that I wanted to write this book, and they laughed in my face. And so, needless to say, I didn't think about it for a long time until many, many years later. And then, you know, things began to change in my purpose and everything in my life only because of this desire. And I followed through with what I wanted. And if we have that inside us, we've got to, don't let it go. Because my life feels, even though I went through what I went through, it's like I feel more at peace because I was able to do that thing. I just wonder what everybody else, what is inside you? What have you always wanted to do that you haven't done? And I want to tell you, it's never too late, because I was over 50 years old when I published this book. So it is never too late. I never attended college. I do not have a college degree, but I still did it. And I know that whatever you have the desire to do, that you can do it too.
Yeah, so as you're hearing this, this idea of desire, I think that sometimes we get caught up in the identity of what we really want, or what we really are allowed to have. And then what we do is we become stuck in discovering our new path. So we get stuck on a hamster wheel. We get stuck on the side of the road. We might still be moving, but we're stuck on the side of the road. We're afraid to broaden our horizons. We're afraid to act on something new. We were told one thing growing up, and even into our adult life, and still into our maybe middle-aged life. And we refuse to act a different way because we say, well, somebody told me one day that I should be this way. A teacher, a parent, a family member, an organization. And then our purpose or our desire seems to be really null and void. And I think what Roberta was sharing was very, very, it was very intriguing, because what she was told that was dumb has become her desire. What she was told was ignorant has become her dream. And now that dream is a reality, because that reality was not looked upon as something that she could not do or experience. So you have to ask yourself this question.
Yeah.
What is your desire? I think a lot of times we don't even know what our desire is. And when we don't act on finding our desire or get help to find it communally, then we dissect life the wrong way. We stay almost under a rock, or under a bridge, or in a jail cell. If I told you that mental prison was really a jail cell, what would you say? Put it in the chat. What is a mental prison and jail cells? And are they the same thing? What does that mean for you?
Yeah.
Because the idea behind our desire only starts when we start to believe that we are allowed to have that desire. To be stuck in the same place, to be emotionally trapped, right, Carlos? That's really great. Maria, great analogy. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. No answer is wrong. Put it in the chat, share it with us. Nothing's wrong, nothing's right. I can imagine that if we were to stop and really think about our desire, and we're going to do a little bit of an activity later. Yes, I've been a prisoner to my thoughts. That's very, very insightful, Maria. Really appreciate you sharing that. That's a true statement. And when we're stuck in our own thoughts, we're stuck. There's no really a desire. Our desire is to be stuck. So the thought might be, when we do this visualization later, we're gonna do this visualization. It's gonna be kind of cool. Don't worry, there's no magic tricks or anything like that. But the idea behind it is simply is to, yeah, I mean, our desire can be to be stuck. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so how do we get unstuck? How do we find that?
Mm.
And so
Mm.
for me, it was simply, you know, as a young man, I was greatly emancipated with ideas. I had all these ideas. I was a kid. I wanted to be Michael Jackson. I wanted to be Pele. You know, I had a jam box and my little cassette tape, and I was going and all this great stuff. And then you know, over time, I lost it, and I didn't really know where it went, except it kind of got shut out. And so then desire became survivor. It's almost like I went into a survival mode. And it wasn't until I was older, probably in my 40s or my late 40s, I'm in my early 50s now, that I realized that I really didn't know what my desire was. And if you really want to know the truth, if I told you I was going to be a therapist and a coach and a speaker and a writer, because I'm an author too, people would look at you and look at me and go, yeah, and I'm going to be a scientist. And they would tell me that there's no way for me to be a therapist. But the idea behind the therapy was the fact that my desire was to always help people, was to gain access into people's lives. And so I searched and searched and searched. But it wasn't until later in my life that I found out what my real desire was. And that's to enhance people's mindsets and to give them the authority to think. And so take a minute, just take a second and ask yourself, if you could have the desire that you wanted right now, walk into your room and share that with you. Like it walked in and said, here I am, take me. Take a second. You don't have to close your eyes or anything. Just think about it as we prepare for this visualization coming up. And think what that would be. And don't hold anything back. I'll give you a minute, and then we're going to switch into another activity. All right, come on back to me. I see you guys are still like blowing up the chat. I love it. I love the chat blow ups. They're great. It's the power of 3 for 3 million. Guys, you guys are doing great. Thank you, Maria, for that comment. And you don't have to tell us what you were thinking. I want you to hold that. And as we get ready to transition into this visualization, and I'm gonna let Roberta take the reins here. I want you to be able to incorporate that into that. So go ahead, Roberta. You got the floor.
Yeah, thank you. So, you know, desire is all about that, just going in and to your imagination and visualizing all of those things. Don't you see it too? When you're like thinking about what is it that I wanted? I have to tell you, because when you said that, I'm like, wait a minute. When I was a child, I would like perform in front of my grandparents, and I wanted to be like an actress or a singer. And I was talking a little bit earlier about my daughter having a couple of albums out now. And I always tease, I say, I am a recording artist because I'm on one of her singles. I don't sing, but I just talk on it. So that counts, right? Yes. But I don't know if you've ever read this book. This is Your Invisible Power by Genevieve Burand. Okay. And I have to tell you, I got to read you something real quick before we go into a little bit of visualization here. But in visualizing or making a mental picture, you are not endeavoring to change the laws of nature, you are fulfilling them. When you realize that this method of employing the creative power brings your desires, one after another, into practical material accomplishment, your confidence in the mysterious but unfailing law of attraction comes into picture. So this book is so good in talking about visualization, and it inspired me. So many people would hear my voice, and they're like, you have such a calm, such a calm voice. So I did go into the recording studio and recorded a couple of meditations. So I can give that to you guys if you want to. Just reach out and I'll send that to you, but it's also on my YouTube. So I would love to do that for you today. I want to do just like a couple minutes here of a little bit of visualization. So what we're going to do is turn your cameras off. So we're going to go in, don't go anywhere. Okay. Close your eyes, and I'm going to turn my video off too. And we're going to start with our visualization. Okay. Find a quiet, comfortable place to sit. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Let go of any tension or stress, allowing yourself to fully relax. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a lush, serene forest. You can feel a gentle, warm breeze on your skin. As you take a step forward, you notice a path leading into the woods. This path represents your journey toward your desired goal. With each step you take, visualize your goal becoming clearer and more vibrant. See it in great detail. Picture yourself living your dream, experiencing it as if it's happening right now. Feel the emotions that come with this accomplishment. Feel the joy, the excitement, and the satisfaction. Let these emotions wash over you, filling you with a sense of fulfillment. As you continue along the path, you notice that the forest around you is alive with beauty. Birds sing, leaves rustle, and the air is filled with a sense of tranquility. This forest represents the abundance and support of the universe, always there to guide you toward your goal. With each step, you become more aligned with your desire. You can see it clearly in your mind's eye, and you can feel it in your heart and soul. This goal is not just a distant dream. It's a part of your reality. Now, imagine yourself reaching the end of the forest path. You step into a clearing bathed in golden light. In the center of the clearing, you see your goal fully realized. It's there, waiting for you to claim it. Take a moment to savor this experience. Feel the sense of achievement and contentment. It's as if the universe has conspired to bring your desire to you. As you stand in the clearing, know that you have the power to make this vision a reality. You are capable, deserving, and ready to take the necessary steps to manifest your goal. Slowly, bring yourself back to the present moment. Take a deep breath in and exhale. When you're ready, open your eyes. Know that this vision you've just experienced is a powerful tool for manifestation. You have connected with your desired goal on a deep level. And now it's up to you to take inspired action to make it a reality. Thank you.
So I'd love to hear, maybe in the chat or however, what few words that maybe punch it in the chat, a few words that really describe maybe, kind of what you were feeling or seeing, and try to be specific. Like, what came up? What did you notice? There's no right or wrong answer. So, and I'll start. I'll put it in. And I thought, I was like, wow, this really could happen. Like, I can. Like, it was like, whoa. And it was like this message that came in, like, oh, I'm allowed to think like that. Oh, yes. Yeah, Carlos, soothing feeling, many possibilities, empowerment. Wonderful. I love that. Yeah, that's really, really great stuff. Like, feeling relaxed, tons of possibilities. I gotta throw the amen in there too, brother. That's it. That's it, man. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Even just a few minutes a day to be still and to close your eyes. It doesn't have to be a guided meditation. It's just the feeling that you're feeling. It's the feeling. The feeling is the secret.
That's awesome, Maria. Yes, at peace, present all around us. Yes, the peace is gigantic. Yeah, the I can thought. I still don't know. Let me read this here. Still don't know. Sorry, Adam, I'm trying to read your. Okay, well that's okay. That's okay. You don't know what you're going after. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm, where I'm walking. But I think it's good that you're admitting that. I think admitting that is the key to desire, and allowing yourself those 5 or 10 minutes of peace, like Roberta was talking about. I think that's beautifully connected.
I think that's it. I think a lot of us don't know, or we forgot. We forgot our desires. We forgot what we really wanted because we're busy being adults, right? Taking care of everyone else. And that's why it's so good. It's so important to go back to that stillness. And it's what makes you feel good. It is. It's about the feeling.
Yeah, I think sometimes we get, and I love that, Maria, around me in the forest. I love that. There's this old saying that I used to say, I can't see the forest through the trees. And I'm like, well, if I can't see the forest through the trees, I'm probably not on the right path because they're both there. And so maybe I need to enlighten my heart, and let desires come in, because I think those trees that are behind those are waiting for me. That's beautifully said. And I want to ask you guys, maybe besides, I don't know, like I'm not sure where, what is it about desire that people might be fearful of? Like, if you were to find your desire, for me, it was fear of success. I was afraid to be successful, afraid to be different, afraid to stand out, because if I did that, it would create something else necessary. Could create different leadership, could create change of relationships, it could change friendships, could change dynamics in anything. And I'm just curious, because I think it's real important to know both the areas of want, but also why those areas of want are sometimes missing?
You know, mine's the same, Ryan. For me, I was afraid of success because I was like, how am I going to do this? If this really happens, how? A lot of people are afraid of failure. I've lost everything twice. Okay. I'm not afraid of failure. You know, for me, it was how I needed to find the people to support me, which they just come into your life. Hi, Paige. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, it could be one word. What do you think it is? Doesn't even matter if you know or don't know. Is it fear of success? Is it fear of failure? Is it, and it doesn't have to be about you. It's just in general terms.
Mhm.
Why don't we want, or why can't we get to that desire? You know, it's not always about our intelligence either. Sometimes it's just about sheer other things. And it's okay if you don't want to share. We're good with that.
You know, I was saying too that it was my fear of success, but it's also, I think so many people they don't know how. It's always the how. How am I going to do this?
So if it's the how, if you're asking that, right, I want you guys to think a shift here. Maybe it's the why that you need to focus
Mhm.
on. For example, for me, being a counselor wasn't about I want to be clinically in charge. I could care less about that. What I wanted to do was get into the deep resonance of people's minds, not to control their minds, but to give them access to life, to their desire. And a lot of times that's not the goal in the clinical realm. The goal is to, oh, I want to fix everybody. I can't fix anybody. I can't fix myself, for goodness sake. How am I going to fix other people? So the idea behind it is to say, hey, why do I want this desire? What's the why? Do I want to serve? Do I want to speak? Do I want to gain access into the beauty of life? Do I want to create a song, an art, a poem, a painting, a business? What is it? Adam says, thank you, Maria, for that comment. Adam says, I feel like I was programmed to think desire and success was bad. Man, that's deep stuff. That's deep stuff. As Michael Jackson says, you are not alone. I don't sing well, so I'm not going to do that again. So, anyway, and Paige's going, yeah, what's up?
She's like,
Yes.
let's sing.
All right. So, even though I know it, it's not.
Yeah.
More Proctor homework in my future. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Adam.
Yeah.
But yeah, your why. Because the how, it'll happen. But the why.
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah.
I was a fixer for many years, realizing that it was my identity. That's very, 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 very deep,
Yeah.
Maria. Yeah, that whole I got to solve everybody's problems. I never ever had that problem, never. And I'm such a bad liar because I do. Because when you're solution based, you don't have a desire other than the fact you want to fix everything so it's nice and neat.
Yeah.
Scary, right? But yeah, thank you
You
for
know,
sharing.
for me, it was that desire was that I knew I had to help others. I was ready to serve. And I didn't know exactly what that looked like. Yeah. We don't know. We get handed these things in life, and sometimes we just get us down. But maybe those things were meant to help get us to where we want to be, to where we need to be. And it creates this desire that turned into just a burning desire for me to help others.
Carlos says, I always felt I had to get approval. And yeah, I mean, approval can be a really dangerous thing we are taught. And yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. It's hard to admit those types of things, approval is a big issue because we have to follow rules, but we have to follow approval. You know, thank you for sharing that.
Hmm.
Paige says yes.
Mhm.
Yes, she loves it all. You know, she loves it all. She loves it all. So I like that. I love it. I love the energy. Adam says facts. Yeah, and I want to share these comments because I want us to all get to know each other. Because we come back tomorrow, we bring more people with us, we build a community. Then everybody be like, "Wow, these guys are all over." You guys have been tremendous, man, today with the comments. I don't know, Roberta, what you think about that, but then we can continue here a little bit longer. But
Yeah, that was so interesting. What did someone said something about it's like as a mom too, with raising my kids, I felt like I needed to take care of everyone else and put everyone else first. I thought that putting myself first was selfish. I thought it was selfish. And now I understand it's completely not. It's self-care and it's selfless, because when I take care of me, when we take care of us first, we have to fill our cup up first, right? So that we're overflowing, and then we can help everyone else. I wasn't at my best because I wasn't taking care of me, because I wasn't fulfilling my desires and taking care of myself so that I could help others. They always say, you're on that airplane, that oxygen mask comes down, you better put yours on first so you can take care of everyone else, so you can help others. Approval. Yeah. Why do we need approval?
well, I mean, how much time we have left? How much time do we have left? No, I mean, I think that's really well said, Paige. Really well said. I think it's really kind of cool that mother-daughter are on this call, and I think that's really
Yeah.
wild because that's a really that's a very humbling relationship in a good way. Like, yeah, we need approval, right? We need validation. I think validation is only as much as we desire it to be, and I think approval has to be healthy approval, not unhealthy approval. Most of it is unhealthy, dysfunctional approval because of my inner dialogue is off. That's a very good one. Those voices in our head that make us dread again and again. See, I'm writing a song. See, anyway, so I think the idea behind that is, yeah, we got to change those voices. We got to ask ourselves what the voice is telling us. What's the why in our life? What do we want? And just say it, do it, go, right? It could be the wrong thing. Change the pattern. Don't change the goal. Change the pattern. Don't change the goal.
Yeah.
What worked as a kid, yeah, my love has cost me dearly later in life. Yeah, that's humbling, Maria. Thank you for sharing that. We have a really good group here. A good group of a really honest group, really open, vulnerable group, setting us up for the next 2 days here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're happy for that. So, yeah.
We always ask the question, what would I love? And in every day that we're moving along, okay, let's just say, you could even say, what if I'm in traffic? What would I love? I would love for this traffic to move faster. Okay. It's always, what would I love? Don't lose that, whatever that is for you. But you have to find it. I think as we grew older, we kind of lost that. Forget about those things, our desires, everything that we really would love to happen.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think, defenses that got us through the hard times tend to destroy us in the good times. Yeah, and thanks for the shift. Thank you, Maria, again for healthy encouragement. Thanks, Adam, for that comment. Yeah, I mean, so the question might be as we get to the end of today's hour is, think about ways you can start to find that desire, that true passion.
Mhm.
Not necessarily that job or that business,
Mhm.
but that true passion.
Mhm.
Because when you start to objectify your desire, you don't allow it to rectify. You don't allow it to grow and to build and to become emancipated. Because desire is bigger than a job, a business, even a house, a car. Those are the I call them the incentives,
Mm.
the rewards, and everybody's going to have their different rewards. Not
Mhm.
everybody's going to want a house and a car. Not everybody's going to want, you know,
Right.
the big home. I don't want a big home. I don't want to do the yard work. You know, so whatever your thought and desire is, you could start to become emancipated with that thought by just spending 10 to 15 minutes later tonight just sitting with yourself and allowing yourself the authority to believe whatever in the world you want to believe.
Mhm. Yeah.
And just take that and make a couple notes and make it fun. Make it cool. Make it relaxed.
Desire is like allowing yourself to dream. Dare to dream. That's a movie. It's a very good movie. Allow yourself. Give yourself permission to go back as a child, as you, into your imagination and find those desires. What was that? Was there something I always wanted to do? Like I told you about writing a book, then getting laughed in my face, shot it down. But guess what? It didn't stop me. I held on to that. I let it go for a while. Forget about the obstacles. It's what do I want?
So, you know, this is the first day of 3. And we're excited to have you guys on, and we'll have more people on tomorrow with us. We'll probably have a bigger crew.
Mhm.
Probably have to have security, have a bigger crew.
Mhm.
We'll have to call in, Chris Farley, if he was still alive, he could be a security guard like he was, in Wayne's World. But anyway, Paige, I don't know if you know Wayne's World. Hopefully you do. You're in the music industry, so Wayne's World, Wayne's World. All right. So what we want to do though is we want to leave you guys on a high note, and we want to get you excited for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about a subject that is in some circles is very very challenging, but some circles it's very very fun. We're going to talk about decisions. We're going to talk about what it means to make a decision, and why decisions are or are not good, bad, indifferent. And we're excited about it because I think we all have that leverage we need. We need to get off the ledge and go. We need to jump into the deep end. We need to, go down the ski slope, not the bunny slope, or we start on the bunny slope and then we go to the ski slope or whatever. Don't get on the cart and go back down without skiing. These types of things. And they could be anything from a small little thing like I'm going to drive a different way home to I'm going to have a conversation with that individual who I really am scared of or really afraid of or makes me giggle inside or tingle inside or whatever, or getting rid of fear. So decision, and I want you guys to put a thought in the chat, one word that describes decision for us. Good. Anything. That's electric. I like that. Heart. I love it. I love it. Breakthrough. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. All of those. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Roberta, wanna close us out a little bit? Tell us what we need to, what's next.
Yes, yes. So just like we did today, and we took that quiet time. Like I said, well, tonight I just encourage you to be still for a little bit. Wherever, sometimes I remember when my children were little, where could I go for my quietness? We have to find a little quiet time, and just to imagine and to dream like we did today, to find what those desires are in our lives. And we're going to start building that. So I tell you what, I love to journal too. I encourage journaling. Write it down. You never know. You start writing it down and just let it come out where it's going to come from, where it's going to go. It's funny, like you said, I kind of let go of a couple of things in from my childhood too, as we talked about desire and went into that. But decision. I cannot wait to talk about decision. It's like, just make a decision.
Yeah, so I just put a comment in the chat. Really appreciate all of your intentional involvement throughout the whole time. It was really cool. Enjoyed the comments, got to know you guys a little bit better. That's what we want to do. We want to build momentum for tomorrow. So, if you know people that want to jump on, let's go. Just bring them on. Just bring them on. Give them the link. If they're not signed up, they're signed up now with you. So bring them on. Let's bring them to our decision day 2. And we hope to see you guys back tomorrow at noon Eastern. That would be wonderful.
So excited. Cannot wait to see everyone again.
And we look
This is gonna
forward
be good.
to hearing about your desires tomorrow. All right. So we'll get this recording out. And any last comments, questions, challenges?
Anybody want to share?
Oh, I've got a decision to make.
Oh, loving it. Let's
You?
go.
What's that? Okay.
All
You-
right.
wait.
Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow to talk about this.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
You're welcome, Paige. Thank you.
Ooh,
Thank you.
well,
I'm looking
works.
forward to that. Maria, Carlos, Adam, Paige, we thank you guys very much. We are very excited about tomorrow, and we are looking forward to it.
Thank you, Raya, Roberta.
All
Nice
right.
to see
Yes.
you.
All right. We'll see you guys
Yes.
tomorrow.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone.
All right. All
See you
right.
tomorrow.
Happy Wednesday afternoon.
Yes, yes, you too.